Hello and welcome back to this lesson series. Today is actually the last lesson of this series, and we have looked at different sections of Nessun Dorma, and we're going to put everything back together. And to recap what we have done in this lesson series, we talked about being able to play like the orchestra. So a lot of things that we do are in the perspective of making the piano sounds like the orchestra. So we have the situations where we have big chords. So essentially pick your sin, which one you want to commit. You want to spread it and have it sound like the piano, but remain the original voicing of the orchestra, or change the voicing and make the chords play together just like how the orchestra plays. And you always hear me say, choose your sin, pick whichever is the best solution. And it is really the case, because when we are playing orchestra reductions, we are really trying to make the best version that we can play. And so there are some pros and cons to every decisions that we make, but we have to tune our priority to make sure that we need to create an orchestral sound as much as possible. We also look at arpeggiations, and we generally don't arpeggiate the chords unless if it's harp. Pizzicati, try and play as light and detached as possible, and the pizzicati will sound the best if you have something that is sustained. Same case goes to tight notes. Essentially pick your sins if you want to restrike the chord, or you want to just hold it and risk for the sound to not carry on until the next bar or the next section of wherever the tight note is. And we also talk about imitating different sounds of the orchestra using the arm, using more meaty part of the finger to create a more rounder sound for the strings, and using more of a tip and more of a curved finger approach to more defined sounds like an oboe or flute or a French horn. And we also talked about solutions for tremolo, which is a very big thing, especially for Puccini's opera. And it is a big thing in Nessun Dorma, as you have found. So all these things combining, we should then tell ourselves that whatever solutions that we have, it is your own version. So you should know that what you're playing is your own version, and it's unique to yourself, to your hand, to your playing technique, to your strengths, and so on. And actually the best thing of all is that you know that you have all the rights to do that. You can change the scores as you like to make it work, because it is an orchestra piece. It is a completely different story if it's a piece that is written originally for voice and piano, like a Schubert song, for example, or a violin sonata by Brahms. Then, if you are changing the score, that would be a different case. I would be nervous to change it at all. So what we get from orchestra playing is enjoy what you have, the version that you come up with, and really take ownership of that version. Okay? The best thing about playing orchestra music, operatic music, is that you just create your own, essentially your own version of playing, and you will have a lot of different tools under your fingertips, just like what we talked about before, right? We have big chords, how you're going to solve that. We have tremolos, how you're going to solve that. We have different instruments that are not in the score, how do you put it in, that kind of thing. So everything that you get from this lesson series, I hope you can then bring back and look at all those operatic arias that you play, or even accompanying a violin concerto, for example, or piano concerto, that you can pick your best version and use that lens, that different lens that you have to look at orchestral music. So I hope this has been helpful to you, and I'm going to play now the complete aria of Nessun Dorma, and hope you can also perform that as well.